In the expansive and enduring terrains of northern Kenya, nature creates a tapestry of resilience and adaptation. The rhythm of life is dictated by the ebb and flow of water, giving rise to a unique phenomenon, the intricate dance of temporary rivers and dry riverbeds. Temporary rivers and streams carve their presence into the arid region. These lifelines, once perennial, now face challenges due to human intervention and changing climate. Water extraction for human use and alterations in land use have transformed many once flowing courses into transient flows that pulse with life, only to recede into their riverbeds, the dry riverbeds. Carved into the land, serve as evidence of the interaction between nature and human influence. These temporary pathways are important parts of river landscapes and represent values that go beyond the physical. Dry riverbeds are not only geographical features, but they also hold cultural significance. These once flowing arteries are intertwined with stories, myths, and traditions. As the Earth's veins dry up, they leave behind a legacy of connection. The landscape, once perceived as fragmented, reveals its true connectivity through these dry riverbeds. They serve as conduits of life, linking ecosystems and fostering biodiversity in subtle and profound ways. Temporary rivers are environments of extreme conditions that act as crucibles of evolution. Life in these rivers faces the relentless challenge of adapting to the oscillating rhythm of wet and dry phases. This harsh crucible of existence shapes unique biodiversity, demanding traits of resistance and resilience from the denizens of these waterways. The flora and fauna of temporary rivers demonstrate the remarkable strength of life in harsh environments. In northern Kenya, the delicate balance between life and nature is evident. The heartbeat of the land is whispered through the dry riverbeds that crisscross the terrain. Temporary rivers and streams, like ephemeral veins, naturally stop flowing, leaving behind the intricate patterns of their once fluid existence. In this dry landscape, pastoral communities rely on shallow wells as their primary source of water. These wells serve as crucial connections between the communities and the life-sustaining force they need to survive. In the struggle for survival, these shallow wells become oases where both humans and animals converge to quench their thirst, weaving a story of resilience in the face of an unpredictable environment. Pastoral communities rely on the earth for sustenance and act as guardians of temporary water sources. They understand the balance between extraction and conservation. As we consider these dry river beds and the dependence on shallow wells, let us acknowledge not only the difficulties but also the successes of communities adapting to the fluctuations of their environment. In the arid landscapes of northern Kenya, the tale of life is inscribed not only in the water that flows, but also in the enduring relationship between the land, the people, and the cycles that unite them. Rain not only signals a change in weather, but also a revival of life and spirits. As it starts to rain, the previously barren landscape is transformed into a canvas of renewal. The dry earth eagerly absorbs the life-giving moisture, and a vibrant green hue emerges, painting a picture of resilience and rebirth. The rains are a long-awaited blessing for pastoralists who depend on the land for their sustenance. Dry riverbeds, once barren and echoing the struggles of the drought, now fill with precious liquid, becoming lifelines that breathe vitality into the surroundings. After the rain, the soil becomes fertile again and vegetation revives. Grazing becomes abundant for the livestock, transforming their emaciated figures into symbols of health and vitality. The rain is not just a weather change, but a transformative event that revives pastoral communities. The relief is palpable, and families burdened by resource scarcity find hope in the abundance that the rains bring. The rains bring not only water, but also a renewed sense of community spirit. Neighbors who are bound by the shared experience of drought come together to rebuild, support one another, and celebrate the resilience that defines their way of life. When the riverbeds run dry, pastoralists face numerous challenges. The unforgiving landscapes and arid expanse make life difficult for those who call it home. As the land suffers from drought, the riverbeds, which were once essential for people and their livestock, become desolate stretches of cracked earth. Finding water becomes a desperate pilgrimage, testing the endurance of pastoral communities. As the riverbeds run dry, the delicate balance between humans and nature is disrupted. Pastoralists, who are the custodians of this harsh land, are struggling with the scarcity that affects their every step. The once flowing veins of life are now mere echoes of the past, leaving behind a trail of hardship. Livestock, which are the backbone of pastoral communities, are greatly affected by the drought. The difficult journey to find water tests their resilience, and the struggle for survival becomes an unspoken agreement between humans and animals. In times of hardship, communities are often faced with tough decisions. Migration becomes not only a way of life, but a necessity for survival. Families, along with their livestock, travel long distances in search of the scarce resources that a dry riverbed can no longer offer. Yet, amidst the hardships, a spirit of community prevails. Pastoralists come together, sharing the burden and supporting one another in the face of adversity. In the absence of flowing rivers, the bonds between neighbors strengthen, weaving a fabric of solidarity that withstands the drought's harsh embrace.